We share. Oh, take a ride with me.
Okay, my name is Jeffery Paul. I was born and brought up in Madagali area of Adamawa State, and I am second of the 5 siblings, and I finished my secondary school in the year 2006. So before then, I lost my father along the line when I was in JS3 before I even finished the secondary school. So all effort to continue with the education after secondary school in 2006. I could not finish the secondary school because of the financial constraints. And then my mother tried all she could in order to support us because we are 5. And then all effort, she did her best. But when I see that there's no hope, so I started following friends to go and hawk, to go and find something in order to support her. And when I realized that her strength is no more there, then after that, our family, you know, in village setting, they asked her to marry one of the family because my dad was dead. So she did not agree. She did not even hear what they were about to force her. So we said, "Ma'am, we will stick with you. We will support you with whatever you are doing. So you don't need anybody to marry or something." So they decided to say, okay, since she will not take any of the family, there are plot of land. You know, when you lost your dad or you lost any of the relatives, so it's the male child that will inherit. So we are 5 male, and then they could not reveal all the assets that my father left in the village. So they did all they could, all this corner stuff. We could not get what we rely on, what we work on. So we decided to move to our local government, Madagali, because when my father died, we moved to the village. And when we started to hear that she must marry, and I said, okay, let's move from the village to come inside the local government area. From there, I noticed that my friends were moving all around making money. And I said, "Ma'am, I want to follow them." She objected to my request, but then she had no choice. She agreed with my request, and I followed them to Lagos in 2017. So I started hawking, I sold gala, many things. So after I noticed that that cannot help me, okay, so I started commercial, that is motorcycle. I started riding motorcycle for commercial use, which is popularly known as Okada in Nigeria. So I make small money. I traveled back with a little provision for her to appreciate. After then, I started to look for admission. And at the end of the day, I ended up applying from one institution to another, a government school. So after that, I gave up. I said, there's no point in wasting time while my friends were making money. So I decided to join them again. We came back to Lagos. So from there, in 2010, not before then, in 2010, yeah, exactly, when the Lagos state government decided to ban motorcycle, and I realized that there was no job for me. So I pushed myself to learn 1 or 2 handwork to sustain me. And after then, the church I was attending then in Lagos Baptist, New Dawn Baptist Church, they put me in driving school. I learned how to drive, and I started driving work. After then, so by the grace of God, I worked as a driver. I drive many people as private driver, like they will employ you, you drive with them. But something happened along the line. I was driving one woman one time, I can't mention her name. So while I was driving her, there was a mistake one day and she slapped me. And I said, when we came back safely, I said, I can't continue because I'm on steering and anything can happen. So after then, I decided to quit the job. And another one, I got a job again. So I started driving the person. So there was a fire, a vehicle got fired, and there was no chance to pass. So we stopped, all of us stopped at the back because we could not approach the fire. So many people were trying to help. I even asked the person that, let's help this person with fire extinguisher, because many a times something of this nature has happened to us before and we notice how people help us. So I decided to say, please, can we help? I now come down from car. I opened my bonnet, the boot, sorry. So I brought out the fire extinguisher. We combat the fire and eventually we succeeded in quenching the fire. So when they now moved the car so that people could pass. On getting home, that was where I was fired, that I should not, and that the money for that month I was not paid. He deducted the money. I was not paid. I was begging because by then they provided accommodation for me. They gave me a good salary per se. So after that, I was jobless. So I had to look for work. And then my pastor's wife, one day, she called me that, Jeff, can you do security work? I know that you were driving before and you are collecting huge amount of money, but can you drive? I said, can you do security? I said, why not? I have to do whatever my hands finds doing, I will do it. So she called me and she directed me to the place. I started the work. I was collecting huge amount of money, but compared to what they were paying me at that security work, it's not up to what I was collecting when I was driving. So I continued with the work. I didn't know that from there, that was when I will meet God. Let me say, not human being, meet God. So one day I noticed that the owner of the company where I was doing a security job, he said that he was giving a scholarship to those who have their SSC and who actually succeeded in writing JAM and they passed from 200 and above. So that was when I got the idea. I said, why me that I was looking for applying one or two institutions, I gave up. I have to. So I tried, and before then he even he paid for the extra lesson, because he noticed that most of us we are less privileged and we could not continue with our education after SSC. So he paid the teachers. They were taking us all the subject that we required to write, succeed in JAM. So having written the JAM, by the grace of God, I got up to the cut-off mark that he requested. So by the grace of God, he now said, okay, you can go and look for admission. So I was thinking, okay, no problem. I had to go to Kaduna. I write for UTME, whatever. They did not give me admission. And I relate the story to him. He said, no, you should go to, do you know about Babcock University? I said, I don't know anything about Babcock, but I've been hearing the name. And now he said, go and search about them and let me know. So I had to go online, search. I got the information. I said, their school fees is relatively higher than what you can compare in public school. He said, it doesn't matter. So, and I was like, is it a joke or what? So by the grace of God, I went for screening at Maryland. I passed the screening. I got an admission. That was how he paid everything to from the 100 level I am in, 400 level. He has been paying my everything. I mean everything. Books. I have no reason to say I will not study. Mr. Ladi Delano is a young Nigerian entrepreneur, and one of his vision is to help Nigerian youth who are less privileged, who have not gotten an opportunity in the first place, to give them second chance in succeeding. And by the grace of God, he and his friend, Mr. Jide Odunsi, they have been very good, because when they came to Nigeria, they started the business, and whoever that came in contact with them, they made sure that they helped the person. So, and then whenever we are doing a meeting with him, he does not even ask. In fact, it was after my 300 level that when we had a meeting with him, all of us, he called us when he came to Nigeria. He called all of us. We had a meeting, and to my surprise, that was where he even started to ask us, what religion are you, or what tribe are you? Are you Yoruba? He doesn't care whether you are a Muslim, whether you are Igbo, whether you are Yoruba, whether Christian, or he doesn't care whether you are from North. In fact, I can say boldly that majority of us, the Northerners, we benefited so much from the scholarship that he has given. We have Muslim, we have Igbos, we have Yorubas, we have other tribes. But I can say vividly that we benefited so much. And he does not even, whenever we are thanking him, he will only reply us that, thank God, do well, help others. If you succeed in life, just help others. He normally said that don't allow anybody to divide you wherever you are, to cause enmity between you and your friends. Look people as human beings and help yourselves. So that was how he normally encourages us. Unfortunately, we have not had meeting for a long time, but I understand the situation with the traveling and everything. But whenever we are having meeting, that was his stand. Again, when there was a time he asked us that what are we going to do with our life after graduation? So some of us feel like, no, even though you can give us opportunity under your company to come and work, at least to show appreciation, to work under you. He said no. He gave us opportunity that, no, I am giving you opportunity to become better in the society, to help the society. So wherever you find work, go and work. It's not necessary that you must work under him. No. He doesn't even presently, there are graduates that, like I said, those who have graduated this year, some of them, they are looking for their job. He did not even bother to say, come, you must work under me, or you must do that. No. He said, go and look for a job and be better in life. You see, in this life, you have to help yourself first before anybody or anyone can help you. You see, in life, you must identify who you are, your strength, your weakness. If you understand your weakness, work upon it. If you understand your strength, add to it so that you achieve more. And when he said, when I got the information from the man when I was working as a secretary, as I said, there was something to show as evidence. So when he said, oh yeah, please, if you have your SSC ready, please, you can write JAM, this and that. Although he wanted to help, but assuming if I had no anything on ground, I think I would not have gotten to this stage, because I so much believe heaven helps those who help themselves. So in this life, don't say, God, why me? Check within you. Is there anything that you lack in order for someone to indicate interest in order to help you? Like when Israelites crossed the Red Sea, even though God was feeding them from heaven with manna, God did not put the manna into their mouth straight. They had to come out to pick it. So you have to indicate interest. You have to show your commitment first. Before, I had been looking at the mission, I applied this, but unfortunately, I could not get any one of them. I haven't had anything like somebody to say, oh, let me help you. No, I've been looking for the opportunity. But thank God, I have something to show for it. Even the jam, some of those who were doing security before, some could not pass jam, and they still remain until they now work on their on their weakness in order to succeed in jam, so that they can get admission to enter the school. So I think don't keep complaining that you have to check yourself, work upon yourself in order for people to indicate interest to help you. So my coming to Babcock University has been a very good opportunity, and I thank God for that. And again, it has opened up the opportunity for connection. One, some of those who I could not even see, except maybe if I want to see them in maybe in outside school, I have to fill form. But most of them, we came in contact with them. I made friends with them. I humbled myself, despite the fact some of them were not my mate. But I bring myself so low so I can relate and learn also from them. So Babcock University opened up this opportunity, and I'm grateful to God for that. And again, Babcock University, one of the most important things that I will never forget is that it has opened up my mind to know God more. Because in Babcock University, there is no way you can come to Babcock University except you block your mind, or you did not open up to say, okay, I'm ready to learn. Because about God is here, they are here, they are ready to teach you the right way. About how after even the graduation, they are ready to. So they have impacted so much in me that I will never forget about the Bible, relationship with God, and also how to relate with my society. So I'm grateful for that. And again, how to balance your life, especially what you eat. And truly, I cannot even remember when last I go to hospital, because I realized that most of the things that we eat actually affect us. So when I entered Babcock University, to God be the glory, I've never for one day, even though my medicals, everything has been paid already in this thing, but I've never for one day said, I will go to hospital for one reason or the other. Maybe headache, maybe minor things, maybe stress. Yeah, but I thank God. And I know for sure, I know that most of the times is what we eat actually that is causing all the problem. There was a time when I was in Lagos, I was to travel again back to village in 2014. So when I traveled, that was the year when Boko Haram entered, captured some of the part of Borno State. From Goza, we shared border with Borno in Madagali. So from Goza, Limankara, Waga, and all the part of Madagali local government, Boko Haram captured. And my mother was there. So they had to flee to Cameroon. But before then, I did not enter into the village. So when I heard the news, I had to stop. So there was no mode of communication, nothing like you communicate, because all the networks were seized in order for security reasons. So I could not meet them. So I was stranded in Mubi, the Mubi local government, because they could not advance into Mubi. Mubi is the second largest city in Adamawa State. So I was there, and the news came that they were advancing into Mubi. So I had to run into Yola. So when I ran into Yola, I had the news that some of our people, because we shared border with Cameroon again, so they entered from Madagali. Some of them fled into Cameroon nearby villages. They hide, and along the line, they attacked two of my uncles. Though it was attack, they did not kill them. When they caught them, they wanted them to join them. My uncles to join them, but when the news came that the soldiers were trying to come and recapture the town from Boko Haram, that was when there was nothing like, who are you? They now killed everybody. But I lost my two uncles, so we could not even travel to our village for almost a year. Even as I speak today, my village, which is Vengo, is a village in Madagali. Nobody, as I speak today, nobody will tell you that he is in his house up to today, as I speak. If you sleep in your house, they will come in the night. Though whenever something happens of this nature, there are people who are thieves. I know, I understand, who are trying to use that opportunity to steal. But whenever you want to pass the night in your house, in that village, in our village as I speak, many, they cut their necks, they will cut before, they will just go around in the night, they will gather food, gather everything and leave. So up to today as we speak, before, even in the afternoon, if we want to go farm, we have to hire some of the civilian JTF, all those civilian who help all those youths in the village who volunteer to join military in order to give information. So we have to hire them, gather all the whole people who are working, who have farm from in that area, so that they will escort them from maybe 7 o'clock. People will farm from 7 to 2. 2, there's a limit that you can leave. Whatever that happens after that, you are on your own. So nobody will say this and that. So that's another angle of it. And I'm so shocked that I heard the news that we have defeated. Yes, they have tried, but in some villages we cannot farm up to today. So when they entered Cameroon, and they advanced into Mubi, I fled to Cameroon, to Yola. So from there, when they entered Cameroon, there was a road to link to Yola from Cameroon. They share border again. So after like a month or 2, I was there. So I got the news that our soldiers entered before 2015 general election. So because if you notice that it was September exactly, August, September, they entered, they captured the entire local government from Goza to even Mubi itself. So, and before the general election, they sent troops to go and recapture the place. So that was when we heard the news that the place has been recaptured again by the military, so everybody can come back. That was when they came back. So I had to travel, even though it was in fear. So we had to travel to the village. Even when I entered the village, they did not even come from Cameroon. So I had to still go to Cameroon from our village, because you can even trek to climb mountains and make your ways. So I had to go there. From there, I noticed that they are not there because there was no way to communicate. So I heard that they entered into Yola. So I had to follow them through that road again. So when I got to Yola, so I got the information that, okay, this is where those people who fled their home, who ran because of the Boko Haram, that's where they are. So I had to go. That time I could remember Red Cross, or the one non-governmental organization, were sharing food. At that spot, I met them. So we greeted each other. She cried and said, oh, so that's how the journey has taken me so far. So my calling is to encourage those who lost their parents, either mother or father or both. There's still hope. You can do better. There's no orphan in this life except you are lazy. If you can do something with your hands, despite the fact you are alive, there is purpose in you, which God has always been interested in you to achieve. So if you have both the parents, don't depend on them, because even the best of men is still a man. Don't depend on them. Do something with your hands in order to help yourself. So there is always an opportunity to increase, to improve in life. Nobody is less. No, God did not create us to just sit in our comfort zone. Sometimes you need to leave your comfort zone in order to achieve a specific goal. So I can tell you, you are not doing bad, actually. So what makes me joy, what makes me happy today is that whatever you are going through, this life taught me a lesson in life, that whatever you are going through, and in whatever you are doing, never give up. Because I got to a point where I gave up, I threw the towel. But to God be the glory, I am studying, even though I am in final year by the grace of God. So that was how I came in contact with the man. But because when I was called to do security work, honestly, I'm a human being. I feel like, security again, but with the courage, and I was jobless, and I said, I have to do it in order to get what I will survive. So I pick up from there. I realized that the man that was who got prepared for me to meet in order to start my journey. So by the grace of God, my mom is doing well, even though he has never seen her before. He only asks. In fact, we are many in Babcock University. Some are in Bowen, some Landmark, some in Covenant, some in private school and public schools. We are many. So presently in Babcock we are about 20-something. 6 have graduated this year. So by the grace of God, another set are graduating. So that's how we got to know the man. And by the grace of God, he is even eager to still help with one thing or the other. So thank you so much.